Scorpio, hi. So this is going to be a reading for October 7th through the 13th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And I'll close off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Scorpio. The overall energy for the reading, the Four of Pentacles. Well, someone's showing up as hanging on to something here. Someone. I don't know. We'll see. In the recent past, the Empress, the Nine of Wands, the King of Cups. There was a little bit of, you're showing up here as not interested. Nah, I don't think nah, there's a little bit of nah in there in regards to someone. I feel like things changed. Anyways, in the current situation, the Ten of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's a sense of openness here like no tomorrow. On your end. Now, it could be in regards to the same situation. You could have changed your mind. Like, yeah. From nah to yeah. I don't know. Or it could be something completely new. I kind of see it related though somehow. It's all swirling around you potentially not being focused on anything other than you at some point in time. It's like, I'm just gonna pay attention to myself for a little bit and I'm not interested. And, if something shows up, no, but you're still keeping that focus on you from what I can see here. But there's a lot more openness to other things as well. Okay. In the immediate future, the Magician, the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands. Oof. And this is just growing and growing. It's like, where is it going to grow next? Because I feel like it's reached its peak of growth. But no, this keeps on going. I'm like, okay. It's showing up in your manifestation here, so definitely open to it. To something here. Okay, let's clarify. Let's see what the hell is going on here. Let's do the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Strength card, the Three of Swords. Ooh. Well, somebody's hanging on to some baggage here. That's the problem, And again, I don't know if that's you or somebody you're dealing with, but somebody's having a really hard time letting go of some baggage that they brought in from someplace else completely different, not part of the situation they're dealing with. Okay. Let's do the Empress. And it's just, by the way, it's not, okay, you're having a hard time letting go of that. Maybe at some point you'll work with that. You'll deal with it. The problem is, it's affecting you to such extent, if this is you, it's affecting you to such extent that you're having a hard time opening up to this fully because of a past baggage situation. For the Empress, you get the Seven of Wands, the Star, the Knight of Wands. All right. Okay, that's what I thought. There's definitely rejection to this from the get-go. This being a situation or a situation involving someone. I don't know. The energy, hold on. Blue, come here. Okay. So even though there's this kind of instinctual no to this, like deep down, I kind of see a big ass yes in there, being like, no, I do. It's because I'm so interested in this and because it's so meaningful that I'm gonna reject this. And that's where the baggage kind of applies. You're scared of something that could potentially go somewhere because of some past experience that you opened up in the same way too, but who knows where it went, not where you thought it did. And then you apply that to this situation. Well, it's going to happen in the same way. Well, if we keep on saying to ourselves that it's going to happen in the same way, then it's going to happen in the same way. We're going to play out that baggage over and over and over again, you know, until we start cleaning up and until we start saying it's not going to happen in the same way, you know. It might still not go anywhere, but it's not going to happen in the same way. You know what I mean? So at least we're working on that baggage there instead of kind of saying no to things that we want to say yes to, you know, from the get-go. So let's do the 9 of Wands. You get the Justice, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Wands. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, no, because this might go somewhere. I can see it having that potential to go somewhere. But if it doesn't, it's going to weigh very hard on me. And that's why I'm just going to reject it from the get-go, you know? And I feel like at some point in time, we were all in that place. It's a matter of when did you start working on the baggage, realizing that that's actually baggage, and start working on it? Or did you? For the page, not page, for the King of Cups, you get the Page of Cups, the Temperance card, the Sun. Slowly but surely, you couldn't help it though. It started to grow on you. It's like, shit, I didn't see that coming. Because we never do. It's like, you know, at some point, that whole whatever we feel inside towards this, it's going to come out to the surface. You know, no matter how much we're trying to. And then, you know, a mix of what you truly feel with the baggage that nobody's attending to and nobody's looking at, it's going to start doing that. And that's when things start to feel very shitty for you personally. You know, it's not anything that anyone does. It's just you and you kind of going back and forth, basically. So it did start to grow on you. Because when we say no to these things, we think we have control over what we feel. We think that's our control over what we feel. It's not really that. That's just the baggage. You know? Ultimately, you're going to feel what you're going to feel. No matter how much you want to control that. For the 10 of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Emperor, the Chariot, the 3 of Cups. Beautiful. Beautiful, because it's being let out. It's being, you know, what you feel is being allowed to be what it is, you know? So it shows up in a beautiful way here. Okay. Let's do the King of Pentacles. Yeah, weapons are down here. And it feels like it's also affecting, in a good way, other areas of your life. Like I see you here in this King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Magician, the 8 of Pentacles. It's like one of those, you know, where... I'm going back to... Why do they say Red Bull gives you wings? It should be love gives you wings. You know, when you're blossoming from that heart of yours. Does that mean Red Bull is love? I hope not. Like, hold on, I'm having some aha moments here. It's like, what's going on? Anyways, because this is that part of you in which you do focus on yourself. Now, this could be in regards to work, your family dynamics, your friends, your, you know, things like that. Like things in your close proximity there are starting to show, like you're showing up, being very open to those. In a really nice way, in a very creative kind of a way. So, yeah. Okay. Let's do the Knight of Cups. Poof! 6 of Cups, the Empress, the King of Cups. Man. This energy right here, it's playing out in a beautiful way. Soul connection, love. You're looking at whoever this is at the other end of this as, oh my God, you know, finally. I don't know. It's playing out in a really, really nice way. It almost feels like if this is a situation that you've been dealing with even for years, it feels so new in the energy that it's shown up in that it feels like this happened yesterday. You woke up and, oh my God, I'm in love or something. You know what I mean? So it's a really cool, fresh energy. So even if it is applying to an older energy, it's because something has shifted. Something has shifted inside of you there a lot. Potentially inside of them too. I feel like there's been a lot of dealing with that baggage there, you know. It's been left unattended for a very long time until you spot it. And it's like, what is this doing here? Okay, let's handle it. And then it just left room for you to be you, you know. And you not being your baggage anymore. For the Magician in the immediate future, you get the Six of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Fear is starting to show up, and I'm surprised that it didn't show up earlier, the way these energies are building up here. So it's quite normal that fear is going to start to show up big time. The bigger you feel here, and the more free you feel, these energies, especially as they're coming together, fear is going to show up, which is not a big deal if you don't let it be a big deal. You know, in this particular instance, I see you trying to run away from it instead of welcoming it, being like, fear is here. And fear is always here when something meaningful shows up and grows, and it's, you know, so that should be our cue that this is meaningful to us, you know. But instead, most of the times we have the tendency to push against fear. Oh my God, fear is here. Fuck, let's run for the hill. And that's potentially the worst thing you could do. Because that fear is yours. You're not going to be able to outrun it. It's always going to be there. And the more you try to push against it or run away from it, the bigger it gets. So that's exactly what I see happening here. You know? So don't try to push it. Let it be there. Let it, acknowledge it. Oh, okay, fear is here. It's just an energy. There's no reason to run and hide, you know? Because then the more you push against it, the more it's going to interfere in all of this, and it's going to create quite the issues. You know, for the Ace of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Six of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. You're coming up strong here. You're like, you know what? Fuck fear. In a good way. Fuck fear in a good way. In the sense of you're not running. Initially you are. And then all of a sudden you just stop and realize, okay, this is pointless. You're actually stepping into your power. And you're actually starting to really, really deeply look into yourself. You know? So if anything, this fear is going to kind of point you out in that direction instead of focusing on, oh, okay, so let's see. Fear is showing up. It's going to create problems here. Let me focus on the problems. No, fear is showing up. You're starting to run. You're stopping, realizing, what the hell am I doing? And then you're starting to look quite deeply into yourself. And then stepping into your power because you know exactly who you are. And this fear is not going to tell you otherwise, you know? So if anything, even though initially fear shows up as, it turns out to be quite the tool for you here. Because it reminds you of who you really are. King of Wands, you get the Knight of Swords, the Fool, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. It's still kind of a work in progress kind of a deal when dealing with your own fear. When it does show up, you're kind of showing me that. But in here is where you apply it in the best way possible. This work that you're doing when your fear does show up, you know? So you're doing great here. Except for the first 2 minutes. But that's good too. That's part of the process, you know. You need to be doing that. You need to have that tendency to run away from it to see how bigger it gets when you do that. And then realizing that, hold on, there's different ways to deal with this, you know, healthier ways. And that's exactly what you're doing. So you've got this. Whatever this is, it's coming together in a beautiful freaking way. The more it's going to come together in this way, the bigger the chances that fear is gonna, it's just around the corner. It's waiting for the right time, you know, and the right time being, oh my God, this feels so good. My life feels so great. And then bam. And then what are you gonna do about it? You know? Hold on. From the universe, you get the Seven of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Tower. You're very creative though. When this fear does show up, it's like in the time frame of, I don't know, I don't see this lasting. You kind of fear. Let me show you I don't see this lasting. I see it going away quite fast. Yes, you get caught up in ways of escaping your own fear and running away from it and things like that. But I feel like some things are happening. When you do that, some things are happening to show you, what the fuck are you doing? You know, what are you doing? So I don't know exactly what you're doing here, but you do get a result from what you're doing quite fast in order for you to realize this is not the way to deal with my own fear, you know? So think of that as not only what you're doing, but also the universe kind of coming back 10 times stronger to show you that not that way. We don't deal with fear that way, you know? So it's your higher self in the universe that are responding to your own fear with, I don't know with what, something that's going to be very obvious to you that, oh no, I should not do that when dealing with my own fear. So cool. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.